In the quiet town of Silverdale lived a woman named Sophia and her daughter, Maya. Together, they ran a small fruit and vegetable shop. Their lives were simple, built on the modest income from their shop. Every morning, they would rise before the sun, head to the market for fresh produce, and open their doors at dawn. The townsfolk trusted them because their vegetables were always fresh and their prices fair, but a shadow began to fall over their lives. Sophia fell ill, a persistent sickness that drained her strength. With her mother unwell, the weight of the world fell on young Maya's shoulders. She had to manage the household and the shop all by herself. Maya was a beautiful girl, but the constant worrying and responsibility had stolen the light from her eyes. She could no longer make the long journey to the main market alone. Instead, she had to buy vegetables from nearby shops at higher prices. This forced her to raise her own prices, and slowly, their loyal customers began to drift away. Their little shop, once a beacon of their livelihood, was on the brink of closing down for good. One day, Sophia's condition took a turn for the worse. Her cough was severe, and her breath came in ragged gasps. "Maya," she whispered weakly, "don't take me to a doctor. All they'll do is run endless, expensive tests. Go to my old trunk instead. Find my black shawl, and bring me some warm water." Maya went to the old wooden trunk. As she lifted the lid, a familiar scent of cedar and old memories filled the air. She found the black shawl, but as she reached for it, her fingers brushed against something unusual. Wrapped in old newspaper and hidden beneath a pile of worn-out clothes was a knife. Curious, she took the knife along with the shawl and returned to her mother's bedside. The moment Sophia laid eyes on the knife, she sat bolt upright, a jolt of shock coursing through her. "A week before your father died," she said, her voice trembling with a long-forgotten memory, "a wandering mystic came to our shop. I felt sorry for him, so I gave him some fruit without asking for any money. In return, he gave me this knife." She paused, her eyes wide. "He warned me. He said it would show its magic, but only after a great misfortune. I was so scared by his words that I hid it away. Then, your father passed away, and in my grief, I completely forgot the knife ever existed." Curiosity now mixed with apprehension, Sophia took the knife. As she unwrapped the crinkling newspaper, a strange vibration pulsed from the handle, as if something alive was breathing in her palm. The sensation was so unnerving that she gasped and dropped the knife with a clatter. But in that instant, something incredible happened. The weakness that had plagued her for so long vanished. The cough was gone, strength flowed back into her limbs. "I feel fine, Maya," she exclaimed, her voice clear and strong. "I feel completely healthy." Amazed and overjoyed, Maya ran to the kitchen and returned with 2 crisp apples. Sophia, still marveling at her recovery, picked up the knife. As she placed it on one of the apples, it slipped from her grasp. In a flash of brilliant light, the apple transformed, its red skin turning into shimmering, pure gold. They tried it again with the second apple, and the same miracle occurred. It too became a solid gold apple. They realized the incredible power they now held. They took the golden apples to a jeweler, who paid them a handsome sum. Poverty became a distant memory. With the magical knife, they could turn any fruit or vegetable into gold. They moved from their humble home into a grand mansion, complete with cars and servants. Luxury became their new reality. Maya, free from the burdens that had aged her too soon, resumed her education and went to college. There, she met a charming young man named Andrew. He began visiting their home often, and Sophia, seeing them together, started to think about arranging their marriage. But one evening, Andrew discovered the secret of the magical knife. The knowledge ignited a fire of greed in his heart. He cornered Maya and demanded she bring the knife to him. Maya refused. "You don't need it, Andrew," she said firmly. "We already have more than enough money." But Andrew wouldn't listen. He insisted, his charm turning into a dark obsession. When he finally got his hands on the knife, a wave of dizziness washed over him. In that moment, Maya remembered the mystic's chilling words. "This knife brings disaster before magic," she warned him, her voice filled with urgency. "My father died right after it came into our lives. Please, give it back." Her plea only made Andrew angrier. "Either give me the knife for good," he snarled, "or I'll leave you forever." Maya looked at him, at the greed twisting his features, and she chose wisdom. Andrew stormed out of her life and never returned. Sophia comforted her distraught daughter. "It's for the best," she said softly. His true nature was revealed before it was too late. Sometime later, Maya met Adam, a kind and honest man who, like them, had once known hardship and had no family of his own. They fell in love and were married, building a life founded not on gold, but on peace and mutual respect. Their lives were finally, truly, filled with happiness. Now, let's journey to another place, to Greenfield Village, where a poor farmer lived. While his neighbors celebrated bountiful harvests, his own fields remained stubbornly barren. His crops always failed, leaving him without money to buy better seeds or proper tools. He was trapped in a cycle of poverty. One night, exhausted and defeated, he fell asleep right there in his empty field. When he woke the next morning, he saw a snake coiled peacefully near the edge of his land. A strange thought came to him. This must be the spirit guardian of my field, he mused. Perhaps my crops fail because I have never shown it proper respect. So, he went home and returned with a bowl of fresh milk, placing it as an offering before the snake. The next day, he went back to the spot. The milk was gone, but in its place, gleaming in the bottom of the bowl, was a single gold coin. He couldn't believe his eyes. From that day on, the farmer's ritual was set. Every morning, he would bring a bowl of milk, and every morning, the snake would leave him a gold coin in return. His fortunes began to change. One day, the farmer's son saw his father's daily routine and became curious. He started taking the milk to the field himself. Seeing the gold coin appear each day, a seed of greed began to sprout in his heart. I bring the milk every single day, he thought bitterly. Why does the snake only give one coin at a time? It must be hoarding a great treasure. Why can't I have it all at once? His greed grew until it consumed his reason. The very next day, instead of peacefully offering the milk, the boy hid a heavy stick behind his back. As the snake approached the bowl, he lunged, bringing the stick down with all his might. But the snake was faster. Enraged and betrayed, it struck, biting the boy on his arm. The venom was swift and deadly. The boy died instantly, a victim of his own insatiable greed. The two tales, one of a magical knife and the other of a golden serpent, teach us a powerful lesson. They show that while fortune can appear in the most unexpected ways, true happiness and prosperity are not built on greed. Wisdom, kindness, and contentment are the real treasures. Greed, on the other hand, only ever leads to ruin. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed these stories, please like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. See you next time.